As a graduate student at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, I was active in organizing the graduate student union there. I was a grad student when the initial impetus for the graduate employees organization came around, and then I was heavily involved in getting it off the ground, and left right around the time that it began, but knew so many people who benefited, so many graduate students who were, who stayed around after I was there and really benefited from the formation of this graduate student union in Urbana-Champaign. And from there, I went to work in a right-to-work state, and I had a faculty position there in Virginia, which is a state that historically has opposed unions, and as a result, there are no unions in Virginia. And I felt the difference immediately between working in a state, in a union state, and then working in a state where where employees didn't have the right to collectively bargain. I was faculty there in Virginia for 6 years, and the situation went from bad to worse. And faculty had no recourse when the state said, we're going to freeze your salary, or when the administration said, we're going to take 5% of your salary and apply it toward the health care benefits that you were already getting. There was nothing that we could do at that point. So when I found out about this position at the University of Oregon, and when I initially learned that the faculty were forming a union, and that in fact this was successful, and the union would be fully formed when I started my position, I was so enthusiastic, and I've seen the benefits already. At my prior institution, the administration made a lot of unilateral decisions without any decisions that were very negative for both faculty and students, and faculty had absolutely no recourse. And in my 2 years here, since the union has been formed, I've seen there have been so many instances where administration has attempted to act in a unilateral way, but has been effectively stopped, and has been forced to negotiate with the union. And so far, in the 2 years that I've been here, the result has ultimately benefited faculty in each case, in each instance. I've also, in the 2 years I've been here, I've seen a monumental hiring initiative that's come about as a result of the union, which has stipulated that we can't have as many adjuncts, that we need more tenure-track faculty. And so my school, in particular, and I think this has been replicated in a number of other schools, went on a huge hiring spree at a time when, at a time when higher education has really been clamping down on hiring tenure-track positions. So it was really amazing to be in the midst, over these last 2 years, to just see these huge hiring initiatives underway, and to see University of Oregon buck the national trend. I went up for tenure while I was here, and I benefited directly from the bump in tenure salary that United Academics requested in the last bargaining agreement, which was also very nice. In some ways, the areas that I'd like to see the union play an active role in, and the initiatives are already happening, but this is all a matter of strengthening its initiatives that are already underway. But I think it's fantastic that United Academics is playing a big role in equity and diversity issues on campus in conjunction with a number of other initiatives. But I think that that's a big area that's going to be important for the university as a whole in a number of ways. So equity and diversity. Another area that I'd like to see United Academics grow is in terms of strengthening its alliances with other Eugene and Portland area unions. Because after living in a right-to-work state, I've felt the way in which being in a place that didn't have a strong union presence really harmed employees across the board, right? Whether unionized, non-unionized, everyone felt the effects of living and working in a context where there was no collective bargaining, right? Where that just wasn't even on the table for any employees. And I think administrations felt very empowered to do just about anything they wanted to employees in that context. So having a strong union culture and union presence is important. And that's one of the wonderful things now about Eugene and about Portland, but really building those alliances. And when we already do some of that, like for instance, the hospitalists, the physicians at Peace Health are, they're unionized, and they've been locked in a struggle with administrators there, and United Academics has been there to support them, like conversely they've supported us. And so having an awareness that we're all employees, that we're all in this boat together is really important. Another area that, I for the future, now that have a collective bargaining agreement that's been successful, is to just continue to work with the administration. And it's, we've got a new administration now that seems very amenable to working with us toward ensuring that everyone's goals are met. And ultimately, I don't think that the faculty union's goals and the administration's goals are that far out of line, right? We all want to see this university achieve excellence in research and teaching, and we want it to have a national and international reputation. And just maintaining that positive note and having everybody working together to see that these goals and standards are met is a really positive thing. And I feel like that's where we are right now, and that's where we're headed, that we're going to work very closely with the administration to make sure that the University of Oregon continues to improve and continues to be a university that faculty and students want to come to, and a place that we all want to teach and learn.